Hey everybody, it's Kel. I am doing a vlog video today about my experience with being chronically ill and what some people would term an invisible disability. And I just have my screen put up here for notes so that I can keep things going, because when I get really worked up about something, a lot of times I will go off on a tangent, and then things don't move as smoothly as they should. So what I mean, well, first of all, welcome. If you're new here, I'm glad to have you. If you're returning, good to see you back. Anyway, what I mean by invisible disability is a disability that is not apparent from the outside. Things like fibromyalgia, or what I have, pseudotumor cerebri, or trigeminal neuralgia, things of that nature. Things that from the inside is excruciatingly painful, but from the outside, for all intents and purposes, you look pretty good, you look fine. Like legal blindness, for instance, is another thing. And I can hear people right now,
Kelly, if you're blind, what are you looking at on your screen?
And I'm telling you right now, see, I have it blown up so that I can see it. Legal blindness means you are legally blind. I can still see shape, movement, and light, and color. So, no details, but I can still see some things. Anyway, so that's what I mean by an invisible disability. And what made me want to talk about this today, I've been thinking about filming this video, and I have procrastinated and put it off because I don't like explaining myself. I don't feel like I should have to. Let me just start at the beginning, okay? What brought me to do this video today? I was catching up with a childhood friend, and this is somebody I've known for over 20 years, and we hadn't talked in years, and we hadn't really talked since I had had brain surgery, since I lost my vision, or any of that. So when she asked me how I had been, I immediately started dreading having to tell her, well, I've been sick, because so many people in my life have not been supportive and have not been there, and we'll get to that in a second. But I did tell her, I told her, well, you know, I lost my vision, I got sick, I lost my vision, and I was expecting a reaction from her that she did not give me, and it made me realize that I'm so used to people saying, well, you don't look sick, that I expected her to say it, and she didn't. In fact, she said, my best friend has that, so I completely understand, and that's awful. But I wasn't expecting that, because I have only met one other person in my whole life that has pseudotumor. So for her to say, yes, I know somebody that has pseudotumor, was completely unexpected to me. And unfortunate, I felt bad. I felt like I was being judgmental because I expected her to come at me with the,
well, you don't look sick, you look fine in your pictures, or,
you know, things like that. But she didn't, and so that's my bad. And that's what really made me want to talk about this today, though, is people that have an invisible illness are oftentimes met with just that. Well, you don't look sick. You seem fine. I mean, I'm bad at this, obviously, but let me go back and tell you. So she said, okay, well, my best friend has that, all right. So we're past that. Anyway, so she thought, well, it would be good for you two to talk, since I, you know, like I said, I've only ever met one other person that has pseudotumor. And so we talked and we discussed it, and it turned out that our experiences were very, very similar. And I don't just mean with our illness. I mean, our experiences were very similar in the people surrounding us, our friends and family accused us of faking our illness.
I can afford a Ferrari, but that don't mean I can't get you there.
I've been accused of pretty much everyone in my family except my sister, and she's the only one I still talk to. I do not speak to anyone in my family, not even my mother, because of it. When you're sick and you're in pain all the time, and then somebody accuses you of faking an illness so well that you have convinced a surgical staff and neurosurgeon to do brain surgery on you. Where? See my Oscars? Why would I put so much energy into pulling the wool over your eyes? What do you think that does for the individual that you're accusing of faking their illness? What do you think I would get out of tricking you? If I was that good of an actress, why would I not throw my bags in the car and be gone to make movies and make millions of dollars and win Oscars? Because if I can convince a doctor to do surgery on me, not just one, but in 2012 I had 10 surgeries, 10, including brain surgery. And if I can convince a surgeon to do that, why would I be wasting that talent on fooling you? That makes no sense to me. But anyway, so I wanted to know what your questions were. So I opened it up on my Instagram, my friend life, my Facebook, and my Twitter, and you guys gave me some questions. And I'll tell you what, Alice, actually the majority of what I got was, God bless you, I'll pray for you, I'm so sorry to hear that. Please don't. I mean, I appreciate the sentiment, don't get me wrong, I really do. It's better than being met with cynicism and skepticism. It really is. But it's almost just as bad, guys. I know I don't, and of all of the people that I know that have chronic illnesses or chronic pain, they don't want your sympathy. I don't want your sympathy. I just wanted to know if you had any questions, and some of you did, and so here they are. I'm going to answer them. Okay. Are you able to work, or does your chronic pain prevent you? Unfortunately, right now, I am disabled. I do go to school full-time. I also do YouTube videos, and a ton of other things. I work on music. I have 1,000,001 projects going. So unfortunately right now, no, I do not go work outside the house. I do go to school full time, and I consider that my job, so kind of half and half, yeah. Half yeah, half I don't, half yeah, half I work, half no I don't, because I am disabled. And actually the pain is one thing that keeps me from being able to work outside the home, but the reason I'm considered disabled by the government is because I'm legally blind. So how do you deal with the blow to your self-esteem? That is a great question. Just being sick, just getting sick was a huge blow to my self-esteem, because I'm a very independent person, and I have always relied on myself. I've always wanted to be independent, and when you're chronically ill, that's almost impossible. So it does knock your self-esteem down pretty low, especially when your family thinks you're somehow faking seizures, and have somehow convinced the doctor to operate on you when you're not sick. That is hard. Oh, another thing that is horrible, that's just the worst on self-esteem, is when the people around you accuse you of being lazy because your body needs more rest than their body does. I can't do everything that everyone else does a lot of the times. I get tired a lot easier because I'm in pain all the time. And it's not that I'm lazy, it's just that my body has been through a lot and it requires a lot of rest. So that also deals a pretty good blow to the self-esteem. But I'll tell you what helps. Having friends and family, and I say friends and family, and I mean your family, the family you choose, and the family that chooses you, there to support you. I may not talk to many members of my biological family anymore, but I do still have people that I consider family that are there for me, and I love you guys, and I would do anything for you. So thank you so much, because it's you guys that really help me carry on every day. And I know probably for every other sick person out there, the people that are there asking questions and supporting you, let them know how you feel today, because I know that you have 10 million other people that are crappy behind you saying,
"Oh, why are you faking it?" Or, "I know she can see."
or things like that. Don't let those people bother you. Don't. Focus on the positive. Okay, sorry, next question. I went off on a rant. What is legally blind and can you see? Well, legally blind is just that. It means the government considers me blind. I can see, like I said, shape, color, movement, light. I cannot see any details. So if you see me holding this screen up close to my face, I have it blown up really big, and I also have it held up close to my face because otherwise I wouldn't be able to read the questions. How many surgeries have you had? Well, I had 10 surgeries in 2010, and since then I've had 1 surgery, so that's 11. And prior to that, I had 1, 2, 4. So I've had 15 surgeries, 15 or 16. I'm probably forgetting some because that seems like a little light. That seems like a light number. So I've had at least 16. Is there a cure for your illness? Ooh, that's a good question. No, there's not. There's not a cure for my illness, unfortunately. Like I said earlier, I do have a VP shunt. You can see it runs down. But, and that alleviates or helps alleviate some of the symptoms of my illness. It alleviates some of the pressure on my brain. But no, unfortunately, there's not a cure for it. I will always have the need for a shunt for the rest of my life. But as long as my shunt keeps working, I should be able to get past any other complications that go along with it. Let's see. Ooh, how did you know you were sick? How did I know I was sick? Well, I got a headache. I got a really bad headache. My head started hurting, and then it didn't stop hurting. I had a headache literally for years straight. And then my eyes started hurting really bad. It hurt just to blink. That is because my optic nerves and my optic discs were swollen from the pressure on my brain. And I went to doctor after doctor after doctor to try to find out why my head was hurting, why my eyes were hurting, why, find out what was going on, and nobody could tell me. And then I went to the ER at Womack Army Hospital in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. One evening, I couldn't stand the pain anymore. And there was an emergency room technician on staff that night, who happened in his internship to come across one other person that had pseudotumor. And he told me that he thought he knew what was causing my headaches, but he would have to do a spinal tap to confirm. And I told him to do whatever he had to do, because I felt like I had a cat trying to claw its way out of my head. And so he did the spinal tap, and my CSF, which is cerebrospinal fluid, pressure was so high that it sprayed out of my back. It sprayed the poor guy. But and he said, yeah, you have something called pseudotumor cerebri, which means false brain tumor. Your body makes too much spinal fluid and it's crushing your brain. And from then on, I had several spinal taps a month, as well as took the medication Diamox, which was fucking awful, for years, until they finally decided it was getting to be too much and they did surgery. So that is how I knew I was sick. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here today. If you're not like to and you would like to be, please click the subscribe button down below, and then you'll be updated every time I upload a video. And again, I want to thank all of you who are there for me, who have supported me in every way possible, guys. You are my world. You are my rocks. Thank you. I love you. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a thumbs up. If you have any other questions or comments, let me know down below. I will link, like I said, I will link a video so you can see what it looks like to see through my eyes in the description bar below, or I will link it right here on the video somewhere. I guess that's it. Bye guys, thanks for being here.